2 weeks ago, I was at Toastmasters, and they called me up. And I went up in front, and they said, "We're giving you an award. You just won the silver." I says, "I get an award? Oh, you're kidding me." Yeah. I got this pin out, and it was so special. And I thought about all the work that went in to giving me that wonderful gift. And I says, "Thank you." And I put it on my shirt, and I went home, and I showed it to my granddaughter. She said, "Oh, that's so nice." And she took it right away from me, right away, and put it up on her board. And I thought, my golly, it's so nice. And I was so happy. And I thought about accepting gifts and how I just am enthusiastic about it now. And I look back. When I was a youngster. I must have been around 40. And I thought about that Christmas when I was sitting at the Christmas gathering, and I sort of hide in my little corner. And they would give me a gift. I'd smile, "Thank you." And we got about halfway through it. My wife came up to me and says, "I've been looking at you for several years now, and you look like a frog on a log." I says, "What do you mean?" I'm smiling. I say, "Thanks." She says, "You're not showing any enthusiasm." I says, "What do you mean I'm not showing any enthusiasm?" I smile. "What am I supposed to do, pretend?" She says, "Yes." So I said, "Oh, well, this gets everything going for me." It's Roland's time. Then he starts thinking about it, and he looks around. He says, "How am I going to pretend I'm enthusiastic?" Oh. I look, I says, and then I found my source. The greatest source in the world. Kids. So I'd watch these kids get gifts. And they'd come up and they'd say, the ones that really were enthusiastic, "Oh, they're so great, they love it, they hold it," and they go around and they put their arm around your leg, and you look down and you say, "My God, I got to give another gift." This is wonderful. And I thought about it. I says, man, I can pretend that. I can just pretend that. Well, I started pretending that. I pretended it for 6 months. And the next 6 months, I sort of pretended and really got into it. And the next 6 months, that wasn't pretend anymore. It was an art form. And it was a loved art form. And I said, man, this is the coolest gift that my wife ever gave me. To go from a frog and on a log to giving gifts. And I looked around, and I saw when people give gifts, there's two wonderful sides on giving gifts. There's the side of the giver, the easy side, and the side of the receiver. And when these two get together, they give a glow. I know I see it. Just this beautiful, wonderful glow. And I project this a little, as I've studied all the religions of the world. And I notice that receiving gifts and giving cool appreciation seems to reciprocate. And if you look at it, the ones that says thanks and walk on, and you were a giver, and you see the one that says, "Oh, thank you, with gifts, oh, thank you," and really shows appreciation, who are you going to give the gifts to? So I says, man, that is the coolest, and I'm going to go out and teach it. Well, in my normal way of teaching, this is my second class because I practiced it once. No, I practiced it twice. I practiced it once at a club, and I had everyone come up. And I would have them practice giving thanks. And I saw some of them were like frogs on logs, and some of them were absolutely fantastic. And I said, man, if I can take this message a little further, maybe there'll be a greater art form going on. And if you look at Toastmasters, Toastmasters is an art form. Well, I see receiving a gift as an art form that can be practiced every day in every way. And you can get an extra glow in the universe. And if we create more and more glows, our whole world will glow.